Hey, what's up? This is Coach Marcus from Pro Fan Talk. And how many of you all had it on your bingo card that the biggest story and controversy at the Olympics would be from Olympic curling? Curling was one of the first events to start this Winter Olympics. I've seen it a million times before. Um, it reminds me of when I was a kid. My dad bought me and my sister like a little shuffleboard, and it had the little discs, almost kind of shaped like the granites, but it had a marble in it, and it was kind of the same concept. You had the pyramid of numbers, and you try to get the best score, all of that type of stuff. So, but I have a good friend that I work with. Her daughter, shout out to Caitlin Fermano, is into curling, is in the curling league. It does all of this stuff. So when I see this stuff, I text her cracking jokes and stuff like that. And she responds, "Who thought that this would be the story of the Winter Olympics? Because it is hilarious. But you got to look at it like this. Over in the States, we don't really put too much into the Winter Olympics. And what I mean by that is the athletes that win gold or that medal in the Winter Olympics, and to some extent even the Summer Olympics. You only talk about them, you only pay them any mind or any attention while the Olympics is going on. When as soon as it's over with, you don't hear nothing else about it. Uh there's no Tuesday night curling on ESPN. You know what I mean? There's no this morning I was watching the skeleton, and I was watching speed skating and all of that type of stuff. And if it's not in front of your face, you don't care about it. You only care about speed skating now during the Olympics. You only care about the skeleton now because it's in the Olympics. It's something interesting to watch. But for the most part, you ain't paying no attention to this. Curling is the same way. And when curling becomes the biggest story at the Olympics thus far, with the exception of maybe Snoop Dogg being everywhere, I just thought it was funny. And at the end of the day, all this comes down to is you got a set of rules and they got a governing body and all of that type of stuff to try to make people play by the rules. And Canada they were trying to, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, is what they say. And you can see what the dude was clearly cheating. If you're going to go by the letter of law in the rules, when you, I guess that pass line, when you go or when you let go of the stone, let go of the handle, it says if they got the line in front, that green line, I forget what they call it. I'm just calling it the pass line. Once the stone passes that point, you cannot touch the handle anymore. If you are in front of that, you can let go of the handle and then grab it again and readjust it or whatever. Okay. But you cannot touch the granite. You cannot touch the actual stone underneath the handle. And that's where all the conflict is going. Because this dude touched the handle or he touched the stone. It was no misunderstanding. The video is quite clear. His problem is he got caught doing it, and that the team that filmed it, they didn't expect them to film it because if you look at the angle that they show the coverage of the event, it's always from the front at an angle. So when he flicks it with his finger, the angle you're looking at from the front, you can't tell he did it. But when you're looking at it from the side, it's clear as day. So for him to deny it, it was funny. And then when the Swedes was talking to the judge was almost acting like he ain't want to really do anything about it. I thought that was kind of funny. They're looking at the judge, and the judge is like, I don't know, But what that kind of tells me is, because clearly, if you at an Olympic event and somebody is accused of cheating, your job is to sniff it out, look at some reviews. I don't know what the rules are for video review or whatever like that, but clearly this dude watching this conversation, this guy did not really want to ruffle no feathers. Clearly he didn't want to do that. But the dude from Canada, he had done this like 2-3 times. And they caught him on it. They called him on the carpet. Good for Sweden. If it was that damn obvious, then you deserve to be called out on it. So what it says is, so here's the pass line. I forget, I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but this is the pass line, right? Now, if you let go of the handle and you touch the handle for a second time before you reach this line, that is legal. But if you touch the granite part of the stone, The heavy rounded part, obviously on the bottom, you cannot touch that at all, ever. Only the handle. So if you touch the granite, that's a foul. And look what this dude does. It's clear. And nobody expected this camera angle on this side. But watch his finger. He lets it go. Now watch him flick it. Boop. Right there. That's a double touch. That's a foul. He lets the handle go. You can touch the handle again before you get to that green line. That is fine. Now watch. There is clear air in between the granite and his finger. And watch him touch it again. That is illegal. And he pitching a bitch because he got caught. Like, dude, what do you want? What do you want? See, when you look at this is the angle that they show. When you look at it from this angle, you can't really tell. He's got the thing. He's got it. Now watch him let it go. And from this angle, you could barely tell he did it. You could barely tell he did it. You have to be looking for that. But that side angle, nah, dog. You caught. You caught, bro. Ain't no two ways about it. And it's funny that the dude right here tried to block the angle. That's not a coincidence that he was standing right there. But they got caught. They got caught. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And I think the problem was when the Swedes confronted old boy about it, like he cussed him out. He was like, F you. He was, and then he want to apologize after the fact, but after they got caught. And here's what makes it even worse. The women's team got caught doing the same thing. The women's team got caught doing the same thing. So what does that tell me? That tells me that that's how they practice it. They know the rules. That's how they practice it. If the men and the women get caught doing the same exact thing, that's how they practice it. It ain't no mistake. You don't make mistakes when you at this level of competition. When you at this Olympic level, world level of competition, you know exactly what you're doing. You know what to do. You know what not to do, especially when it comes to something that can take away points, cost you a match, cost you a medal. He knew exactly what he was doing. And he got busted. And he got mad because he got busted. And that was the funny part. And then the Canadian women's get caught doing the same thing as the men. Like what's going on with the Canadian teams in their curling? They can't get it together. She got caught doing the same damn thing. She got caught doing the same exact thing. And she flicks it. She lets it go. And then she touches the stone right there. What are you doing? Y'all know the rules. You know the rules. And they called her on it. And this time, because it was after all the hoopla from the men's, this time she got penalized. The team got penalized. So it's like, what do you want to do? And it's like, I guess my question is this. How can you be an Olympic event like this where that type of technique matters and you don't have no video review if they pass the line or not? You just trusting everybody in this day and age? Guess what? I bet they're going to have video review now. Because now it's been a couple other teams that get penalized. Because now everybody's watching. And they should be. This was hilarious to me. And I guess she did it again. She lets the handle go. She touches the granite. And it's not even, you can see her finger bend. Like it's not even subtle. Like they're not trying to hide it. And that's why I say they've clearly been doing this for a while. And maybe wasn't nobody calling it anything. But if you on the ice and you talking trash, and your opponent is like, "Come on, dog, don't do that." That's funny to me. And they got. They got. She does the exact same thing. Bloop. Clearly, she's in front of the green line, but you can see her finger bend. Like what? I don't even know what the benefit of that is or what the advantage is. Because if there's no, if the argument is doing that is no advantage to your shot, then don't do it. But it must be a reason because wasn't nobody else doing it. And then they got busted. They got busted. I think that's the dude that the Swedes was talking to earlier. So um, never in a million years, man. Nobody had that on their bingo card that we be looking at curling with the violations and everything. And I think it's funny. And I can just only imagine. Can you imagine if the American team had been guilty of this? It would be everywhere. Guarantee you it'd be everywhere. Everybody hates when we win stuff anyways. So I just thought it was funny. It's just like it's serious. Like it is serious. But they got busted. They got clowned. They got busted. It is what it is. And I was looking at some of these. Hold on, I saw this with the fingers on the leaf. I was like, oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Oh my god, because the jokes is coming. Chat GPT for the win. The jokes are coming, y'all. But that's what happens. That's what happens. That was funny. That was funny. So, um, yeah, man, that's a shame. It's a shame that it got to this, but when you at that Olympic level, and like I was saying in the beginning, what other countries do for their Olympic athletes is a hell of a lot more than we do. So maybe if you get a curling medal or any medal for that matter, you set for the rest of your life over there. I don't know. I don't know what their rules are. I don't know how they treat their Olympic athletes, whatever their Olympic athletes are. But I know over here, if it's not track, if it's not track and field, or if it's not like speed skating or gymnastics and stuff like that, after it's done, it's forgotten. After it's done, it's forgotten. So, um, so yeah, I there's your Winter Olympics controversy: cheating in curling.